Hi there! Today we're going to make the spring filigree box that comes with a gift tag. Now this little box is really cute and you can use it for treats, you can put a little gift in it, or you can use it as a lantern. I'm Suzanne and I'm a calligrapher, bookbinder, and designer in the craft industry, and thanks for joining me today. Now I designed this little box to look like a present with ribbons on the side and a bow on the top. I'm pretty sure there's someone in your life that would love to receive this. So let's get started. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is spread out all your cut pieces and make sure you have them all and that they fit together properly. And then you're going to want to make sure you have all the items you're going to need to build the box. You're going to want a ruler, a bone folder, some double-sided adhesive, and I have 3mm, a spritzer to help persuade the paper to curl, and I always have glue dots handy. So let's start by making the box. This is the side of the box, and we're going to take all the score lines and fold them up. So let's flip this piece over. And the first one at the end, you might be able to hand fold. Definitely make sure you burnish it down with a bone folder. Then do the other end. And for the middle score lines, you should use a ruler edge to help you fold up the score lines. So hold it like this and then just roll the paper up on the edge of the ruler. And you'll do it perfectly every time. And there you can see how the sides of the box are formed. Now the other piece is the bottom, one side, and the top of the box. So let's go ahead and score those, and I'll speed up the video just so you don't get bored. And here's how the two pieces will go together, just roughly, just to give you an idea what's going to happen next. Okay, the next step is to add the adhesive to all these tabs, but not all of them. This is the side piece again, and we're going to add adhesive to the tabs at each end, just like that. So run the adhesive as close to the score line as you can. Now we're going to take the top side bottom piece and we're going to run the adhesive on the tabs around the bottom of the box. Only the bottom, not the top, because that's the lid and you're going to want to open and close that. Our next task is to attach this top side bottom piece to the side piece, and we're going to do it just like that. So the first step is to pull the release paper off the adhesive, and we're going to line it up just like this. So take your time, don't be hasty. You want to line up the cut line with the fold line on the other piece. And then once you have it right, just give it a little burnish down with your fingers. Okay, now we're going to wrap this around and we're going to attach the side to the bottom tab, or the tab on the bottom. Remove the release paper and carefully line up that tab on the bottom with the side of the box, and it should fit perfectly from corner to corner. What am I saying? It will fit perfectly corner to corner. Then go ahead and burnish that down, and then work your way around the rest of the bottom of the box. Now the last side to finish is actually the side of the box, so remove the release paper. Sometimes it's easier than others. And tuck that tab in. And then press the side in place so that it aligns perfectly. And there it is. Now just go back and burnish down all those tabs to make sure they're seated. And look, your box, it's done. Now you may be wondering why these tabs are so tiny. Well, if they were any bigger, they'd interfere with the design on the side of the box. And it's a pretty elegant little box the way it is, so we'll struggle with these little tabs. That's really pretty, isn't it? Now let's go ahead and make the bow for the top of the box. Now 3 of these pieces are going to get folded. What I go to first is the scissors, and I roll the paper on the scissors. Now don't cut yourself. And just gently pull the scissors along the back of the paper. And it should roll like that. If it's 65-pound cardstock, you'll be fine. And then I'm going to bring in some adhesive and just stick it down. Repeat with the other side. And stick it down. And then go ahead and repeat the process with the purple piece. Now, if it doesn't want to curl, you can give it a little spritz with some water. That was kind of a big spritz. But give it a minute and it'll start to curl. If you spritz it on the front, it'll start to curl. Now, just make sure that you don't apply adhesive to the wet parts. But you can go ahead and finish it up this way. Now, you might want to give that a little bit of time to dry. But that's how the whole thing will go together. So you just need to keep applying adhesive until all those 3 pieces are stuck together. And if you need to round out the bow shape, then just stick your finger in it. Okay. We've gotten to the little piece that holds it all together, but not really. So it's got 2 scores in it, and that is more just to give you a starting point. It depends on the thickness of the paper that you've used. So you're just going to wrap it around like that, sort of a test wrap, and then you're going to apply some adhesive. And push it in place, just like that. And there you go, your bow is all done. Pretty. Now, if you were to stick the bow on the top, you could just have a cute little box that looks just like this. Home decor, very cute. But we want to go the next step and add the ribbons to the side of the box. So we're just going to apply a bunch of adhesive, use whatever you'd like, and put the ribbons on the side. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around the box. And then once you're at the top, there's one strip, so the ribbon strip will go one way and the bow will go the other way. Now that looks even more elegant. Now, if you'd like to see what that looks like, if it was on display with the ribbons on it, this is what it looks like. So our last steps in this project are adding the vellum panels to the inside if you want to add them, and then to add the tag. So I'm just going to do a quickie demonstration of how to add the panels, and I just put glue dots at each of the four corners and press them into place on the inside of the box. And now it's time to close the lid. Sometimes what will happen is that the tabs will get caught up on the vellum, so you just have to finesse it a little bit. And sometimes, if it gaps a little bit, roll up a little glue dot and stick it right on the tab. And it won't be sticky enough to hold it closed forever because you want to open and close it, but it will just make it seat a little better. And if some of your elements are just sticking up a bit too much, you can just put a little glue dot underneath it and stick it to the vellum. Now, depending on what you're going to do with your box, you can put the little gift tag on if you wish, write a sentiment on it, and then just tie it on some string or some ribbon. And you can glue it in place if you want, do a little bow, or you can sort of wind it underneath, or whatever your little heart desires. And this is what your little box will look like when it's all finished. But you know what's really, really cool? Is to put a flameless votive inside and turn off all the lights. Now, how cool is that? So that's the end of our little tutorial for making the spring filigree box with tag. And if you have any questions, just contact me on my website. It seems to be a better connection that way. I'll put the link to my website, and also you might want to know where this digital cutting file is, and the link to it will be down below. So happy cutting. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.